So I'm Kush Tracy, and Kush Tracy, the brand Kush Tracy began in 2012 after I left high school in 2011. So when I started pursuing music, and initially that wasn't the plan. I honestly wanted to become not a musician, sorry. I wanted to become a pilot or an engineer, and I was called to JKUAT to do electrical and electronics engineering. But due to unavoidable circumstances, which I believe they could have been avoidable, but hey, cine life, I wasn't able to go to school. So I got admitted, but the lack of fees made that dream impossible. So I ended up joining KU, pursuing theater and film, and in between that, I started doing music. And so by the time it was getting to around 2014, I did like around 23 songs. By the time I did the song that became a hit and got me in the mainstream platform, that was around 2014. So that is when now Kush Tracy became Kush Tracy. Initially I was calling myself Kush, but it was kind of weird because Kush is bangy according to a lot of people, but the reality is my name doesn't come from weed. My name comes from a time when I was very young. I was a baby. If y'all remember dungarees, I used to have a yellow dungaree which was written Kush Kush, and I wanted to wear it every day when I left school. Not even school, like nursery. I was very young. So the fact that it was yellow, I think that is what excited me. How cumbersome of me. But yes. So that's how my parents started calling me Kush Kush. I respond. When they call me Tracy, I don't respond. So Kush Kush stuck, but eventually they dropped one Kush. It remained one Kush. And Tracy came in when I was in primary school. I was in a Christian missionary school. So, when I went, it was a private school. So when I went to the school, a lot of kids used to have very, posh names, Watoto Kanairo and all of that. But now mine was like Teresia. So my mom was like, no, I'll start calling you Tracy. Then she wrote on all my books, Tracy Ndoti, Tracy Ndoti. Hence, Tracy was born in primary school. So just calling myself Kush Tracy is basically me calling myself just the two names that have been my names for the longest time. And Kush Tracy was born in 2014 in the music industry. And before I went solo, I was in a group. I did like two groups. One group was for ladies. We were four ladies, but women, drama, people coming from different backgrounds. I was the youngest, so we really weren't in sync musically, and whatever we wanted to do was very different. So I think also misplaced priorities, because some of the ladies already were from Nairobi and they were very exposed as compared to someone like me mwenye ametoka Embu. So it's a whole different thing. And I left the group. I joined a boys group. There were two guys and me, so I was the only femc in the group. And most of the time ya Mungu mengi, most of the time I used to do like the last verse in like most of our songs. So even in like when the music was being played in clubs, because I was a secular artist, my verse haikuange inafikiwa, unaget. So by the time I went solo, I thank God, it was 23 songs. The 24th one was in Dandia. Then it became a hit, and that's how I got into the mainstream industry. And after that, I did a lot of songs. I did a few collabs. I've been a solo artist for the longest time. And in 2017, I won an award, Pulse Music Video of the Year. So that was my first music awards, and it's very amazing because I didn't think I'd win it. I was very sure the other ladies in the category will take it. Once I was sure between two of them, because I was like, hey, these ones, they're a big deal. They've been here the longest. They, the connects they have and all of that. And I thank God. So that was an amazing surprise. So the PMVAs were amazing. So they were good. It was a good thing for me. So I'm grateful, and I thank God for that opportunity and for the win, of course. Then what else? So after PMVA's music, that was 2017. In 2018, I went for a particular interview, and I was going to promote one of my songs. It was called Mtajua Mjui. It was a hip hop song, and I went to a TV station that was in those sides for Lavington, and the lady was hosting on the show. Apparently, she marked me. So it's very interesting. Now I'm telling you the story of how I got into media. She just loved my vibe, my personality, the way we interacted, and she was like, okay, sawa. So a few months down the line, she gave me a call and she was like, hi, my name is Mr. Mima, and we are starting a TV show, and I just loved your energy and your vibe. There's something about you. I want you to come and try out in the auditions. So the day we went for auditions, I was like, initially I didn't want to go for the auditions because you see, you're used being an artist, you're used to being the one who's being interviewed, but now you're being told to be the interviewer, so it's a whole different thing. And I was like, I don't think I can do it. But her, she really believed in me. So I went, and the interesting thing is I got to sit with some people who had actually interviewed me back in 2014 when I did my first hit song. They interviewed me in the different media spaces they were in. So I was like, wow, such is life. But yeah, so good news is I did get the job, and I became a host on the show called Chat Spot.